Capricorn, hi, this is Joy with Joy of the World, ready to take an intuitive peek and to bring some information your way. I must tell you, I already have a few cards sitting out. I couldn't even get the deck shuffled before they started jumping. They're telling me, before the cards even came out, they were telling me, you guys, it's time to get the dust off. They're saying, like, in a sense, to crack the dust off. Like, you're always cracking the whip. They're wanting you to crack the whip on yourself, and it's letting me know that life is ready to see you. You have been working quite a bit, and it may not all be physical, tangible work. Some of it might just be being locked into your mind and just kind of keeping yourself hemmed and pinned in. And right here, Earth, life itself is missing you. It's inviting you and wooing you to come on outside, to come visit, to come play. And these also jumped in. It says it's time for a change. Allow some change. Like, this is you. Look at that. Your mind is just all eaten up and just bogged down and weary, and you're tearing yourself apart. And they're ready for you to come outside and get your peace back. Interesting. So I didn't look at these, but they insist on coming on out, and then we'll get going with some other cards. But let me take a look. We've got the Four of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Hierophant. Yeah. So go on a little journey of pleasure. Take a little time, take a few days. For some of you, it may just be going on a nice drive, but definitely the getting outside. You have, your love's grown cold. And it's important as a Capricorn to keep pleasure flowing. It keeps your earth abundant, to keep it warm. To me, pleasure keeps it warm. It keeps it moist. It keeps it beneficial for life, for all the things that you produce and it brings forward. And they're asking you to acknowledge that, to make a mental note of that. Like, this is how you should be looking, okay? Not like that. Take a look at the difference. Here, we'll put the healing beam of yourself, like your future self, all over this card right here to bring you back to life and to get you up and out there. Vibing and jiving is what they're saying. Okay, so these are Line Strider Tarot, and I know specifically that they were ready to chat. They're like, let us come out and talk to Capricorn. They keep it pretty simple, like you guys like. So let's get a couple of messages coming in for Capricorn about shaking this dust off and inviting pleasure back in. Give us a little insight for Capricorn. Whoa, okay. Hang on. Come on, come on. This one's shy. That's the second card first. This one's shy, so we'll keep it over for now. We'll go with the flow. No need to push it. Push it real good. Okay. We're going to stick with that and then take a peek here. And I know everything here has already been shuffled. It's to save you guys time and the noise of having to endure that. So I got some stuff wanting to talk right here. And I need to go ahead and pop another layer there. Okay. So it's hinting at action, being tenacious about this. Like, I see the bull. See that mind energy? Like, here you would just really worn yourself out of like what to do. Okay, sign language. This means what to do. You're asking yourself questions. You're wanting to know what to do, what action to take in regard to something. Okay, newsflash. Y'all just showed me. So it's something big, and for some of you it's a big move. Career-wise, location, like home, like this going on. It's a big shift, and it's got you a little unnerved. You're very attached to your earth, and some of you it's even bigger. It is attached to your reputation, yourself, who you are and how you've seen yourself. You've got a door to self open here, and new you is wanting to come in. This fresh new breath of life, very strong, very stable, like 4 points of connection on the earth. Life is like your spirit guides are wanting to carry you through this door. I mean, you ought to be loving it. Look how exquisite that doorway is. I mean, we're talking about carved stone there. This has been happening for eons and ages. It has been prepared for you. I need you to know that. When you get out and about, and you get out in nature, you're telling me it unleashes your harness. It keeps you from being restrained, because that restriction, Saturn and Capricorn, it's like too close to see. It's like if something's up so close you can't even see it. That's not the restriction that Saturn brings. I love Saturn. And Saturn is very much like, take a step out of that. You have to back away from it for a moment to get a clearer perspective. So that was a false mindset. It's almost like when you tip the scale too far in one direction, or causing the boat to start to rock. I don't think you knew you were definitely doing it at all. But they're saying, step back, ease back from that, ease off yourself, ease away a bit, and give yourself the moment to have the reflective conversation, to allow the information to pour back into you. And in order to have that happen, you don't necessarily do it with other people because you don't trust them. Also, you're not going to tell them the depths and experiences that you're having, because words don't always do it justice. It's a feeling, it's a knowing, it's dense, it's deep. And it's something that not everybody can relate to, okay? That's what you're letting me know here. And so for you, going out in nature, getting space, wide open spaces, seeing the sun shine above your head and the grass beneath your feet, going almost, you're wanting places that open up. It might even be driving down backcountry roads where, there are the twists and the turns, and as you're turning, the road opens up more in front of you. Or for some of you, it's driving along a coastline, being able to see the wide open space just off to your side. But many of you actually need to sit out in that fresh air and just breathe the air, breathe the particles of life, breathe that plasma state which holds all form of creation. To me, it's like it is our amnios. It's like our amniotic fluid that a baby breathes. It gives it life. It gives it abundant life. And plasma is the possibilities. It's like the stem cells of our imagination. They say, fill your cup. They want to fill you up. So Capricorn, life is excited about you. Life wants to go on a date with you. So step outside. Give yourself permission to have this electric, dynamic, powerful connection that you have. Let Spirit lead you through this door of destiny that is waiting for you. This new self, this new reputation, this new place that you're going to live, this new job you're going to work. For some of you, it's a full life purpose shift, and that's what you're asking about, the action. In a sense, you're asking for understanding how to go about this, because it's unfamiliar territory, and you're not put off by that, but you don't even know what to do, what to do, where to start and where to begin. Okay, so down beneath the Hierophant, that insight, it's obvious here, because look, you got the Two of Pentacles. And I know a lot of times they say juggling with this, but in this Two of Pentacles, I love it, because as he's juggling, it's like turning over stones. They say no stone left unturned. In a sense, you're moving through information because you are so very tactile. It's very physical, material type things. So you're mulling things over in your mind, trying to get a deeper sense of what is coming and what to understand, so that you can take step one, so that you can start to map it out. And I like that you have that attitude about wanting to map it out. Is you're going to see it through for the long haul, of course, because you don't abandon things. And I like that about you. I want y'all to know that. We should honor each other's strengths and the beautiful parts of our personality, and not minimize one another. And so if you've ever felt made smaller for being this way, I want to tell you thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being fantastic, being that planner, that action taker, the one who does keep themselves in and get the work done when they need to, but also with this big thing coming your way. Life, it says, it's more than you'll ever believe, than you could ever imagine. And it's going to be fruitful and full of emotions and connection and like divine action being carried through here. I like that. So underneath the Ten of Cups, we have the Six of Swords. Okay. You're not leaving everything behind. That's what you need to know. I'll give you a peek at this card. It's a fantastic deck. For one, there's a white background, so a lot of times just the image of whatever it is completely pulling off the page. and there's so much room for the mind to work around, and they draw me in for that reason. But for those of you who are moving to better land, better place, bigger dreams, that type of thing, you have those who are going with you. If that's in regards to business, it might be that some of your coworkers, y'all are dreaming of stepping out and launching your own business to do it even better than where y'all are coming from, because you realize what's missing and y'all have that skill set and it's not being activated where you're at. But I see that others are going with you. For those of you who are moving, there's someone, at least, if not a few, who are going. The swords are clearly behind y'all. Y'all take a look. I mean, the drawings are so simple that there's an incredible amount of detail going on. See the swords? They're at the back of the boat. The hilts, the handles are off. It is behind you. There's no more having to wield it and activate your mind and protect yourself and have to stay on guard with things anymore. It's moving forward, and I love that this boat is very buoyant, very light. It's very enriching to your heart. It puts oxygen back in your blood, because look at this. You've been drained in your devotion. You've been drained. And things didn't ever take on the full form of what you've been carrying inside, what you've been feeling and sensing, but you thought maybe some of it had to do with you having a misperception and a misconception, when really I love that life is kind of like a GPS. It will adapt and adjust because everybody has their own free will. And in life, we are navigating a world where others are sometimes involved or they're around, and it can make an impact and alter things as how they were planned to go, consciously or unconsciously. But in this case, you can see here, so let's take a look at these two side by side. And you'll see near the top of each that there is a dwelling. See above her head, there's a dwelling here. And you see they're heading to this new home, this new place. And this one is formed, and it's hello, Mercury. It is defined. I mean, see? Can you see? It's architecture. It has been planned out, mapped out. Not only that, others have worked towards it and helped bring it into form, into earth, right? Into this tangible physical realm. And here it was more in that watery aspect of that feeling and that thing you had deep inside, as if something has been calling you forward all this time. And it has, but it was more ambiguous here. But I like that you weren't put off by water. You let that moisture trickle down into your soil, overflow out of your cups, and drive you forward in this boat yourself, in your own power and in your own decision to want to take hold of what you were seeing in your mind's eye. This home that is planned, that looks like what you had dreamt all along and what you had known was calling you forward, okay? Because that's part of the reward, part of the tangibleness of earth signs, is being able to take hold of that which you once just felt and knew inside of you, like giving birth. So underneath the Four of Wands, okay, we have a reversal here. We have Temperance coming in. Choo, coming in just like that. Take a peek. So what is screaming here first is your fairy tale. It's coming in. It's coming right for you. And my words to you would be, don't be intimidated by that. Don't let it make you nervous. Don't let it cause you to shy away. Take courage. Just like baseball, if any of you watch that, you step into it and you take the crack. You don't step back from it. You step into the ball so that you can follow through and you can put your full power, your full contact with it. Know that Spirit is divining this. As we had heard over here, it was a divine connection. It is hearkening more towards a relationship. And for some of you, it's deepening of relationships you have, because Four of Wands, it can be the home, and we're seeing that home, that dream way of life, the hearth and home going on there. Cancer and Capricorn. Okay, the hearth and the home, and that's your balance in your sign. To bring life to level. I like that because you're showing me builders, they use a level to see that something is even across, especially like shelves and artwork and things. And you have to move it this way and that to get it to where it's all on the level, which would be that temperance energy. But temperance here is letting me know it's like those fairy tale dreams, the dreams of the high heart, the stuff that you had since you were a child that you don't even know where they came from, but they made you very happy and made life all warm and made you feel cozy and good, regardless of whatever environment you were in. Children are powerful dreamers. They'll dream well beyond their situation, their circumstances, their environment, and even other people's influence. So that's what is awakening here, not just the specific dreams, but that power in and of itself to bring life into your being. So let's see if, what else? Okay. We're gonna jump into one more layer with tarot. Okay, we'll just go for it. Let's go ahead and see. Anything else to say to Capricorn here about this new journey, about this divine connection, and being able to lay down the sword and kind of like pick up the plow to start making plans for this new action. That one's gone, and this one's here. Anything else? No, this is way too many. Okay, I feel that one. So, apparently it was me, because they are upside down. We have another shy one in the middle. Interesting. It's not that your body's reluctant. It's just that this is all new. Okay? So be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself and gentle with yourself through this. Don't just be the, get to it, Charlie, crack the whip kind of thing. Goad yourself along, coax yourself along. That's what courage is. It's encouragement. Encourage yourself. So under the Hierophant and the Two of Pentacles, because it's talking about your insight and mulling things around, it's like, don't overdo it. Don't play yourself. Don't play, in this case, devil's advocate. All right? They said this is not a time or a place for that. And our minds can be quite strong because as the sea goat, we can see the full breadth, the full expanse of something from the highest heights to the deepest depths. Like, to me, it's the mind of the highest peak on earth to the depth of the Marianas Trench. And they're saying, no need to go to that length or that level. They're really wanting you, I love the back of this card, look. They're telling you they really want you to bring it in, to focus it inward, to do like a compass, and to not just find north, but find center. And it's showing me the same in the star in his chest. Follow your heart. I know that's new, but we had the Ten of Cups up here, and they have, in a sense, they were overflowing, but they sort of frozen. Your heart grew cold. Just in that ambiguity of the no direction of, COVID and other things being locked down, that your patterns, your roads, the routines and things that you had going have just kind of stopped. But that was the catalyst. That is the plan. And that is the time for you to store up this kinetic energy, so like a full tank of gas, so that as you move forward, you already have reserves. That's what they're telling me. But extend your hand to yourself. Give yourself a hand. Give yourself. So if you're not weighing time to be the devil's advocate, to look at the full breadth, the full expanse, to check it all out, to make sure it's right. They're saying follow your heart, follow that warm fuzzy place going on right here, the high heart, the dreams, the things that seem ridiculous. That and that might be a thing, is to not necessarily tell a bunch of others. You already know who your tribe is, who your peeps are, who are hopping in the boat, who are on the same page with you, who encourage and love and support you, and have never been the ones to shoot you down. Matter of fact, if they do ask you questions, they ask you questions to explore your thinking and to get on the same page with you. That's what you let come towards you. That's what you give yourself a hand on. Play up your assets, okay? So let's get to the shy card here. Oh, we have the Hermit. I like it. They're telling me you don't, I don't think you quite know how magnificent you are. Because to you, so much of what you've done is just, why not? It's how you see it. It's how you know it. Why not do it? It doesn't seem extraordinary or that big of a deal. But all of creation, all of life, what is at the heart, at the heartbeat of Earth itself, at the center of life itself, at the source, there's something powerful that they're needing you to acknowledge that. You don't have to go saying it all the time, but breathe it in. They're saying breathe it in. Breathe in your magnificence, because magnificence is like our magician. Well, it's just like if you get a debit card, a bank card, a credit card, it's there. It's been issued. Your account's already established. It's ready, but it has to be activated. That's what they're saying. And yourself is on the same page with you. That's why the devil's like, come on, bring it. Activate yourself. Give yourself permission. Give yourself a hand. Oh, I love it. The devil's like, give yourself a hand. Give yourself a hand. Cheer yourself on. Skin diggity. Cheer yourself on. You fantastic, sexy, amazing, strong, forthright, intelligent, beautiful, deep, loving, caring, connected Capricorn. Give yourself a hand. You've scattered this earth with dreams, with seeds, with stars, with your belief that no one knows has your name on it, because you're not about all that. You even have dreams in your hair. That's why life is inviting you out. Life is missing that divine connection. Life is missing loving on you a bit. When you step out into the world, you bring color with you. Like the paints, they're pointing up here. You bring color. You bring that breath of fresh air. Because you're not very self-aware. You're aware of what you're capable of, your doings. But they now want you to honor your being, your amness, who you are. Those stars and that magnificence, what your amnios, what your energy scatters about. Like stardust, making our world come to life with imaginings and possibilities. You are the land of the possible. They're saying no more leaving yourself out in the cold. Like in this case, you put yourself out. Like deflecting compliments, downplaying people's appreciation. And life's going to charge you for just a second. It's like, tell them to stop doing that. Because when you don't receive, it's like cutting a branch off the tree. It brings endings. It takes away the beauty of life. And I know you didn't know that. And especially those, they feel such a great feeling when they go to compliment you that it's literally, it's coming from their soul. It's coming from, like, look at this, like this deck. It's coming from their golden self, from their treasury, and it just pops up out of them. So for you to receive it is graceful. It's honoring and respectful of the other parties involved as well as yourself. And so the advice of life is just a simple thank you. If it's hard to do anything else, when in doubt, or when you can't go along, just go neutral. Just say thank you. It's a beautiful exchange. I like that. All right, so let's grab one more of these right here. And we'll do a little tea, and then I'll let you guys get about all this shizzle going on right here. You're the one right here. Okay, but you were wanting to come together. How do I turn all these upside down? Capricorn. It's so exciting what you got going on here ever since Temperance, those dreams, the high heart. It's like you've turned over heaven and you're shaking out the piggy bank. Because to me, inversions aren't a bad thing. I just simply don't use them in my deck because I don't want previous readings to be driving into anyone else's reading. So I tell you, they find their way when they want to come. So I'm just going to look at them as they are. That wants to stay in the center. Oh, it's so funny because under the Five of Pentacles, since we were right there, it is appreciation. Okay? They're wanting you to take hold of your mindset about that. That it makes life lush, not just for you, but for everyone. And if you knew that, if you knew that's part of your action, here is to receive appreciation, because in a sense, it just fills up your gas tank. It keeps you going, so it makes you more of who you are, not less. Because we already know that that's not why you do anything. That's what they're telling me here. So they want you to change your thinking about appreciation. Allow others to appreciate you. It's just like, washing your clothes. You do that not so that you'll be haughty. You do that so that you feel good putting on clean clothes, right? Well, they want you to wash your mind, to wash yourself of that old mindset of, turning those things out and not letting it near you. Let others get near you with their appreciation. Let them appreciate you. Allow that fragrance, that beauty, that fresh air to come in. And it says you will not be running dry. The door to romance. It's like, sorry, I'll show it to y'all, and then I've got to turn it right side up so I can take a clearer look. Okay, turn it right. It keeps your heart open. It keeps you balanced. It keeps you strong and flexible. It keeps you on point and agile. It keeps you creative and active. It's funny that they trickled it this way. It keeps you open and ready to receive 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. Okay, see all these stars? This one travels with you if you don't know it. Metatron is the man with the plan. Metatron is like, people talk about Akashic records or things like that. It is the plans of all time, because time isn't linear. Time is spherical. It's eternal. We all always have been, are, am, is, all that. So they're letting you know, when you flow like this, and as you abide in this flow, when you stay in this balanced living, this thing that keeps you all aligned, that allows you to go to even higher heights and greater depths without paying any price. Life doesn't want you to pay a price. It says be a facilitator. Be a facilitator. Life is giving you tokens during that time to take care of your upkeep, to really keep it going, so that you, in a sense, don't ever have to stop. Now, that's not me telling you, don't you ever stop. Keep going, but it's saying that it removes delays. It keeps things from getting bogged down, broken down, which you definitely don't like. You like things in working order. And that's what he's saying here. He's like, yes, shout it, Joy. Tell them to keep it in working order by allowing our appreciation to come in, because this has way more to do with spirit, with this divine energy, with life itself that's flowing and pumping through other people's veins, that is being provoked by spiritual sources to be spoken out of that person. And it is your gold. It is the energy. It is the infilling that you need. And it's being given from beyond the person and beyond the self. So to receive it as such, to trust. I love that. Need a sip. Let's grab a little tea here. I don't have a mug big enough to get some tea out of, but these are my new Oracle cards. I love them. That's way too many. Oh, I'm going to find what landed in the crack of my leg. Ooh. Huh. Interesting. So rabbit, vulture, shark, seahorse, and scissors. Let me pop you up there because I want it to be more like this. It's like, basically, you're not even wanting me to read the words at the bottom. You're basically like life, death, life, decisions. So it wanted to arch out because it's more back up to the top here, and you get all this and you don't see how that plays into these life or death decisions. And not like they are life or death, but they are game changers. They are life changers. They're ones that once you say I quit, you can't get the job back. Once you tell everyone you're moving and you start selling your stuff, how do you come back from that? How do you back out of that? So they're over here reminding me to still get one of these. So let's see how. Because part of it is, so many people count on, oh, it's that one for sure. People count on you and you don't want to let anybody down. Look, who is this? Peekaboo, it's you. Peekaboo, it's you. Okay, so it's letting me know the only one you could let down here is you. This is an uprising, a surge of a new energy, and it's like the goat loves doing what it does because the empowerment that it brings, that empowerment feeds everything. It's not just the accomplishments, it's definitely not the accolades. It's feeling what you're made of move through yourself. You're made for this. You're made of this. It's telling you that you won't be letting anyone down. And I love it because the house, the home, the accomplishment, the achievement, the solidarity, like you're on the same page with yourself. That's all you need to know. Be on the same page with yourself. Trust yourself. Trust this gut instinct. Once you start getting going, you get out in nature a little bit, right? Get that breath of fresh air. And you get your mind open and you begin to have that reflection time. It's like the pistons in the car. They kind of start moving. But I see a grand smile on your face. You're going to be so proud of yourself. And it's renewing and reinvigorating, and we will all be forever changed. As you step forward into your calling, into who you are, into this transformation, you change the entire world around you. By doing the impossible and making it so effortlessly, flawlessly possible to the eyes of others, which is why people appreciate you and hold you in high esteem, is you just get to it. That is the example that changes our world. And you're not telling others what to do, but that principle, that example transfers over into whatever their fairy tales, their dreams have been, their impossibilities have been. And it's not lecture form. It's almost like sprinkling of water. It's like that dust, these stars that you're casting off. You wake and you shake our world. I love it. Hey, Cappies, you're fantastic. I want to give you one more look so you can see yourself. Look at this. Look at the pleasure on his face. Look in the mirror and smile at yourself. Encourage yourself. Remember to do that. And then let others appreciate you, because that is the gold, the source, the resource that you can have in reserve to feed on and remind yourself when there can be question or doubt. Okay? Life's got your back. Hey, this is Joy saying bye for now, Cappies.